So I am here with Tommy Herrell, and I was wondering what exactly is going on with the Plaza Pub as far as the county and the city are concerned.
Well, let me bring you a brief update. Here a couple of weeks ago, the city staff, the city acting city attorney, and the city, not acting city attorney, city manager, and the city attorney contacted our county manager, discussed some particulars and so forth. The city went into, had a meeting Tuesday night, I understand, and then they went into executive session. They did come out and I think authorized their staff to contact our staff yesterday, and we had a meeting yesterday morning at 9 o'clock. They did ask the city or ask the county if they would consider taking the property over based on a couple of restrictions that they had. We've reviewed those restrictions or those items with our staff and asked them to go back and negotiate with the city staff. And so we should have an answer in the next few days as far as when the city looks at the offer that we made back to them.
So what does this mean for the Historical Society in regards to if the county does take over the Plaza Pub?
Well, I think it's a very positive move for the city and the county too. It will give the Historical Society a different outlook in what they've been able to do. And I'm not bashing anybody or anything, but it's the city has had a little lax in their response as far as the Historical Society. I think both of them have lost, some momentum. I know my wife has been very active in this project, possibly getting the building on the register, which that happened with the state of New Mexico last Friday, and so that is there, and so they got that done. This will open up some other avenues as far as the Historical Society is done, because we told them if we did take the property back and take it over from the city, that probably that we would go out and try and help them, maybe do a general obligation bond in a future date if they couldn't raise the funds to do their historic preservation or restoration. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. We have possibly found some other grant monies that must be available out there for some improvements and so forth. We're also working with an architect, in fact a couple of them, a historical architect out of Las Cruces. I know my wife is involved in as far as what might be preservation as far as the building's concerned. So it opens up a lot of doors and so forth, and I think this is really, it's come down to kind of a political football with the city and so forth, and I hated to see that. I think most of the people want to see it preserved, and we're not, as far as the county is concerned, we did take official action yesterday, and we own some other property in Block 50, which we did notify CVS yesterday and sent them a formal letter that we were not interested in selling our property. So they said if they couldn't get the whole city block, this would actually block the sale of the whole thing. So this puts another perspective on it. Mr. Shine has also indicated he wasn't interested in selling his property. So with those two things happening, it actually reverted back to the city making a decision what do they want to do with the property. So I was very pleased to see and hear that they had possibly considered giving the property to the county and let us see what we can do with it, and working with the Historical Society.
Now, with the city doing this, it's actually make it a win-win situation for everybody, because then the city could start focusing on other agendas going on, and then the county can focus on the Plaza Pub and everything. And also, I was told that with it, possibly with the county taking it over, that more people would probably be willing to donate, knowing that that's actually where it's going to. Is that something that...
Well, and here again, I think this puts a real positive play on the whole project, because the Historical Society's been kind of up in the air. Nobody really wants to get behind it and push it or donate money to it, because they didn't know whether they, what their money would be used for. So this gives them a little more ground swell as far as movement with the people, and being pretty well assured that, let's go out and try and raise the money. The Plaza Historical Society has a couple of things and ideas in mind. I'm not going to address those because I'm not on that board, but I am very close to it. But they have some projects in mind that would purposely be where they could raise some money and raise it from the public, and that's what they hope to do with some grant money. Hopefully, they can raise enough money that they don't even have to go to a grant or general obligation bond at a later date. But we think the building is sound enough. We've had our building and ground department look at the building. It's like any old building. It needs some updating and just some restoration, but it's certainly sound. And if it proves to be that way, and with the historical preservation designation behind it, it opens up some other avenues as far as some other things that can be done.
So this is all movement in positive direction, and we'll find out here, I guess, in a couple weeks what the outcome is.
Yes, I think so. I know our county manager is going to make contact with the acting city manager and the city attorney. It just so happens we're going to have our mid-year conference next week, and nearly all the county staff will be out of pocket, most of all next week. So she was hoping to have something before she left town this week. What they maybe decided to do, but I think we're very close in getting something done and worked out with them, and I don't blame the city for putting a couple of restrictions on the property. And so, if it works and it's not unbearable or it's not unreasonable at all.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to let us know.
So, I appreciate the positive attitude and so forth. Maybe we can get something out that is something positive for the people, and let's get it moving in the right direction.
Yes. Positive always moves forward faster than any negative stuff will, so everybody needs to get together and just wait it out and see what happens.
That's very true. That's very true. So anyway, no, we're looking. I think the Historical Society, they're aware of the offer that was made, and they agreed to it, and our counter offer to the city. So we're just waiting for the city to make a decision.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.